All right, I am hiking.
Woke up with the sun shining bright. Grab my pack, hit the trail for a hike. Through the woods where the trees are tall. Hear the birds, hear the eagles call. Hike, hey, and get high.
Doing the Lewis and Clark Trail yet again. Just, one of those weekends. It's a very nice day. Temperature doesn't seem to be too warm. And trail conditions are nice. I am so tempted to come out here one day and build a little bridge across here. I think there used to be one, but ooh. So yeah. Should be just kind of a nice, relaxing 8.5 miles. Did my hydration, so gonna see how that works out. Man, sun is definitely out. All right, so I'll be back for some highlights. Hey. Yeah, so that bench up there, approaching from me from this way, you're like, what's a bench doing up in this area? It's a long straight stretch. But on this side of the bench, coming the other direction, this is a long, kind of arduous uphill. So even though it's got a little switchback here, it's still pretty good hill. And yeah, having a bench up there at the top is very, very nice if you're going, the wrong way. Because this trail right here goes down all the way to the valley down there to a little crossing of a creek. So yeah, having a bench up there is pretty nice. So I was coming down the hill and stuff and looked over to the left kind of for the first time. Look at that rock shelf. That is pretty cool out here. I also, as I was glancing over there, noticed my first little bit of wildlife on this trail today. I'm going to go get a little closer look at him. Got a little terrapin there. That's about it. Bridge, 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 bridge. Pretty cool. So we're on the first major uphill of this this direction of the loop. Got a little switchback on it, and I am trying to be thinking about how I'm doing this uphill, which I think is part of the problem that I had on White Bison Trail. Those two big hills. I didn't think about what I was doing, and I didn't consciously slow my pace or anything like that. The gnats out here are a little worse than they were on the White Bison Trail. I have got 3 in my eyes. They're not bad enough for the gnat hat yet, because that brings its own challenges. But the gnats are out, so that can be a little annoying. Lots more trail to go. That's pretty cool visual there. Here we are at the moment of truth. Do we go the short Clark route or keep on the Lewis? We're going the Lewis. Getting that 8.5 miles in today. Of course, my plan is to get about halfway, find a nice spot, and just do a little hangout. Need to get a little bit more hanging in to keep the theme of the channel: hike, hang, and get high. Gonna get high today, so the bluff over here that is way up above the Katy Trail, looking down on it, so that's going to be fun. So I got to get the hang in at some point in time. So we're doing the Lewis Trail. Get a little bit more opportunities to do those kind of things. I mean, sure, the Clark Trail is only 5 miles, so, but that still has plenty of opportunities. It also gets up on that high bluff and runs overlooking the Katy Trail, so could do that, but I don't know. Halfway on it doesn't seem like I don't know what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna concentrate on this downhill we're coming to. I don't know, much more of these gnats, and I'm going to bring out the gnat hat. But look where we're going. Oh, that's a better shot. You can almost see the ground down there. Cool. All right, I am approaching, but it's not quite the halfway point. What is an awesome resting area right over here. So the trail keeps going that way, but we're walking through these spider webs. Sorry, spider. Over here in this nice little shady spot with this nice rock to sit on. Look at that. That's awesome. So this lovely little spot is about 3.16 miles from the trailhead on the Lewis Trail. And the What Three Words location is natural.hurls.iconic. It is a pretty awesome spot to visit. It is. Check out the little rock over there, and check this out. Really cool rock. Got some nice shiny parts in it. Over here. Yep, found that over there. Put it down next to a feather I found on the trail. Yeah, pretty neat. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, maybe dry off just a little bit, and hike about another mile and see about hanging the hammock up. Leaving a little something to be found, maybe. Yeah, this the green rocks here are kind of slick, kind of moist, and have I guess moss on them. They're kind of slick for standing on. All right, back on the trail. Gonna do another mile or so and see about setting up the hammock. Never seen that before. Hey. So yeah, apparently there's been some flooding recently, because I remember this section, but I do not remember it being this wide. So that is a little exceptional. Interesting. That is not the trail, apparently. It is not. Yeah, this was, the gravelly section was not this wide last time I was through here. So, interesting changes that water can make. One older gentleman has passed me twice on this trail, going the other way. So he's made 2 full 8-mile circuits in the time I've done almost 4. I guess he's speed walking or something. Dang. That's pretty hardcore. Of course, I may have difficulty doing faces, but the bright yellow shirt kind of points to it being the same person. So, making 2 8-mile circuits, and I haven't done 4 yet. Pretty dang impressive. A little bit over 4 miles into the hike, getting a pretty nice uphill, and coming up on some awesome scenery as we are getting high into the hills. A little bit more to go to the top up here, where we will set up the hammock. All right, at 4.42 miles from the trailhead, we have this little offshoot. Pick our way across here. I guess you could say this is pretty high up. There's a bridge over there. Down below is a little marshy area. Way off in the distance, you can see the power plant stacks. That's right near Klondike Park, and where the Miss Augusta is housed, stored, docked, one of those things. pretty awesome. All right, back on the trail again, and yeah, need to get going, but we'll be down there soon. Look at the switchback down there. Got switchbacks here, switchbacks everywhere. Spent a good amount of time in the hammock, and a little bit more than I intended, but I do feel very dry and refreshed. So walking down this hill at a pretty good pace, making sure I can avoid all the little ankle turner rocks. Oh, hoo-hoo. Should be a little over halfway through, and it's 3:28. So should be out of here by 5, I hope. Just like a day at work. Oh, look, a nice obstacle. All right. Okay, so I've been missing this area the last few times I've been on a hike, mainly because I'm coming from that direction, and this is pretty much all I see. But this area is pretty freaking awesome. Ooh, look, the Katy Trail down there. Check this area out. Man, I feel like I'm in a hurry, but yeehaw. This is kind of dangerous to get to, because sheer drop.
And that's when my microphone decided to die. So didn't get to really express how dangerous the footing was there. So as I approach the cavern to look inside, I don't really know what I was saying. But look here in the nice little area under the rocks. If you get caught in the rain out here, it would probably be a good idea to slide under here and take a little nap while it rains. But probably not a long-term living solution, because that looks very iffy, like fragile. And there's that long drop. Yep, so I'm gonna head back to the trail, and I should cut off my camera to get there safely. And here we are approaching the split where Clark rejoins Lewis. And ouch. So, yep, gnats are beginning to be a little annoying. I haven't realized my microphone's dead yet, so gonna keep going. Yep, look up there. That is a high hill, and we're gonna be up there soon. This is another area where it just looks like there's more rocks than there was previous times I've been here. So it looks like there's been a good bit of flood activity, uh, something like that anyway. So we're joining or coming up on a little cut through. It is not the trail. So yeah, I think there it is. And a lot of people cut through there. And that's not really good to do. Of course, if you do go ahead and do that, then you haven't hiked the whole trail. You left off a good little section of it. So you are a slacker.
Well, that hill got me this time. And apparently it also got my little lapel mic. Because I've got a leaf in my hair. I mean, that's not why. Anyway, my lapel mic died. So, off to this sucky audio. I hope I've had audio for the last few times I've been yapping. But I'm at ye old tree of shame. Been exhausted at this tree several times. But yeah, I need to get on to the car because thunderstorms are predicted. Yay! So gonna see what I can do about that. I know I got 2 more big uphills and 1 challenging downhill. Then it should be okay. Yeah, I think. Could be 3 uphills. Like 2 big uphills and 1 moderate. I don't know. Hard to remember. Anyway, gotta get on. Gotta get to it. Wasted enough time today. Well, crap. So it seems I did not beat the rain. So I'm gonna put the phone up and hope it can stay dry. And y'all have fun hiking. Yeah, put the bug net on. But with the rain, I don't know if they'll be out anymore. So we're gonna try and find a good spot to put this in the backpack and get a rain cover and all that good stuff. And, yep. All right, y'all have fun hiking. Just get out there and do it. Well, seems like that could have been the 2-hour warning, maybe. I already gone down one of those hills. May have went up one, the light one, moderate. Here's a big one coming up, and I'm going to take the opportunity to put my new brace on and then tackle that hill. And 6.8 miles in out of 8.5, so 1.5 miles maybe. Anyway, all right, maybe I'll see you again. Yeah, about a mile from the car maybe. Wind is picking up. Just this last bit of hill to go, I think. Very nice view though. Trying to rush. See you at the parking lot. Alright, there's my car. I'll post all the good links because I'm going to remember to stop this when I get to the car. This time. And yeah, never did rain again, but it's threatening still. So no matter what the weather, y'all get out there, y'all have fun hiking.
Big guy loves to hike through the trees so free. In the forest finds his peace like a mystery. Hammock swinging softly in the afternoon sun, climbing those mountains just for fun. He's always chasing heights with a smile on his face. Amongst the treetops he can find his place. Each step a journey, every trail a quest. With the birds flying high he feels the best. Rise up to the peaks, feel the world unfold. Look out over forest stories untold. Air so crisp and fresh, he breathes it in. In this high up place he begins again. Streams trickle down like a whispered song. The path may be steep, but his stride is strong. In nature's cathedral he finds his way, with the sun setting slow at the end of the day. Rise up to the peaks, feel the world unfold. Look out over forest stories untold. Air so crisp and fresh, he breathes it in. In this high up place he begins again. With the wind's gentle call, among the giants, feeling so small. But in that quiet he hears everything. Mountains and valleys, it's a natural symphony. Rise up to the peaks, feel the world unfold. Look out over stories untold. Air so crisp and fresh, he breathes it in. In this high up place he begins again.